In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a pixelized outline around your text or any other object in Photoshop, completely procedural.
Dreadlabs.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Tom from Dreadlabs and I'm a visual artist and graphic designer. I don't have a lot to say about this tutorial, so let's dive straight into it. And if you want to follow along using the project files, there's a link for that in the description down below. Without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so we're here in Adobe Photoshop and we have a fairly straightforward composition here. All we're having is this text stack and I'm going to show you how to create this effect. And it's basically consisting of two layers, one with the actual text effect and one with the pixelized effect, which can change upon changing the text. So for example, if we change this text to hello, as you can see, the pixelized effect is changing with it. So let's create this with a new file. I'm going to make a new composition of 1920 by 1080 pixels, and just for the background, I'm going to create a bright green color, and I'm just going to type in example. And the font that I'm using is called Subway Paris STD, and this is in all caps. Let me just scale it down a little bit. Alright, the next thing that you want to do is make a new layer and fill that with completely white. And also you got to make sure that your text color is set to black. Let's select both of these, right click, and then click on Convert to Smart Object. And we're going to make two layers of these. And the top one we're going to hide. And let me show you a fairly interesting way to expand this text here. Let's go to Filter, Other, Minimum. And you may have already seen it, but if we increase the radius, basically this starts expanding, very similar to the offset path function in Adobe Illustrator. You can also preserve squareness, which makes it a little bit more blocky. But for this one, I'm going to just do roundness, since the text itself is also fairly round, and I actually encourage you to do the same, because this, after a little bit of tinkering to get more detailed results. And we want to up this radius to maybe like 50 pixels. And the next thing that we want to do is go to Filter again, Pixelate, Mosaic. And here you can basically just increase or decrease the size of your pixels. I'm going to go with maybe 25. And now we already have that outline, I guess, but one thing, if we zoom in, you can kind of see it already. There's a lot of gray areas, mostly around the edges, and there's also like a little one right here. And we want to get rid of these by going to Image, Adjustments, Threshold. And this will make our image completely black and white, as you can see. And sliding this threshold gives you also a little bit more control over these gray pixels, whether they will be white or black. Essentially like expanding or contracting the whole thing. Alright, the next thing that we want to do is remove the white background. But in order to do this and keep it procedural, we cannot simply use the magic wand tool. So we want to double click on the layer and then just move this slider where it says current layer to the left. And the white layer is still there, it's just invisible, it's not really blending with the rest of our composition. So what happens if we put a gradient overlay on this is just gonna do that also over like the white background. So what we want to do is group this and then add a color overlay to this. And now, as you can see, we can just basically change this color to orange or something. And if you want to have an outline around your outline, you can also just add a stroke like that. I'm gonna keep this to the inside and then make it 5 pixels. And there we go. And these are the basics of how to create this outline part. But for now, of course, let's continue to the other part, which is the initial font, because I did a little bit of modification on there as well. Right, so let's unhide this thing again. So essentially what we're going to do here is the same process. We're going to first do a minimum, but we'll do the minimum a little bit lower, maybe like to 10 pixels to just thicken up the text, as you can see in the before after. If you want to create a slight ink bleed, you can also box blur a little bit. Let's just go with a box blur of 3 pixels. And instead of doing a really harsh layer, because as you can see there's a lot of gray areas in here, and if we want to do this with the threshold again, it's getting really pixely and blocky. And this is what we call anti-aliasing that's missing. So the way we could actually fix that and make it a little bit more smooth is go to Adjustments and then click on the Levels. And now if we just really increase this contrast really harsh, as you can see, we can get a similar effect, I guess. But if we zoom in, you can still see these gray pixels around here. And if we zoom out, it actually makes the whole thing a lot smoother. And again, what we want to do is double click on this layer and slide in this slider. And if we want to change your text, simply double click on one of the smart objects and change this to hi there. It's completely procedural, like I said. And if you want to change, for example, the pixel size, you just double click on the mosaic in the bottom, and we'll just change this to maybe 50 to make it even more blockier. Could also change it to maybe like something like 10. and now it's less blocky, or it's more blocky, I guess, because there's more blocks in there. Anyways, the point is you can basically change this to whichever settings you like, because it's completely procedural using smart objects. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was a fairly quick one, but I think this has a lot of potential and you can do some really interesting stuff with it. If you enjoyed it, or if you have any other requests, let me know in the comments down below, because I read every single comment, because of course there's not that much traffic on this channel anymore. If you want to share what you've made using this tutorial, you can do that on the Discord server. The link for that will also be in the description down below. And if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you want to support me even further, you can go to dreadlabs.net, buy yourself some cool assets to create some cool stuff with, and support this channel in the process, making me be able to keep up the weekly tutorials for you guys for free. And with all of that being said, this is Tom from Dreadlabs tuning out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video.
Dreadlabs.